All y'all, we live, man. We back with another one. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self, right? So check this out. In this video, man, I'm going over all of the news that's been happening on the internet. We see what we got: Charlie Kirk funeral, Donald Trump with $100,000 gold card, and I'm gonna get into Cardi B and Candace Owens, but I'm gonna get into the fall of the empire. Y'all see the title of the video, and it's been a lot of talk on X, on social media, of could this be the first stage of the empire falling, right? So I'm gonna go over. I was reading some of John Glove, and he was going over some things of where he say these are the signs that you see when the empire is falling. I'm gonna go over a little bit of that, but first let's go over this. Trump signs an executive order that is going to cause for H-1B1 visa. For H-1B1 visa, right? It costs $100,000 for you for the business. You got to pay the government, and then you can come in and work. So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna give y'all my commentary and show y'all that, hey, this may be the end. This may be the last of the empire. Let's get.
Donald Trump signed two executive orders. The first establishes what's called the Trump Gold Card as a path for U.S. citizenship for the price of $1 million. The second adds a $100,000 fee to skilled worker visas called H-1B worker visas. Here's how Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick summed up the proclamation.
So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs.
Okay, let's bring in CBS News reporter Erica Brown live for us outside the White House. Erica, tell us more about this H-1B visa program and how the president is framing this move.
Well, Elizabeth, the president is framing this as a means to keep Americans employed in jobs here, particularly high-skilled jobs that some tech and science companies have said they've had trouble filling with qualified American citizens. But the president today saying he believes that tech CEOs will support this move. He said in the Oval Office today, quote, "We're going to be able to keep people in our country that are going to be very productive people. And in many cases, these companies are going to pay a lot of money for that. And they're very happy about it." Now, in this executive order, the White House cites H-1B visa program abuse that they say replaces U.S. workers. And Elizabeth.
Now, I got to get my opinion on this. I'm going to let them talk, but he already said what he said. But I think that they're not speaking on all of the jobs that they come to America for. For example, it could be a job here in America that is worth the employer to pay that $100,000. Because let's be honest, if Trump wouldn't have this if there wasn't no money to be made. We can agree on that, right? It wouldn't be like, it's not like it's going to be nobody that's not going to pay $100,000. For him to come up with that number, he knew that it was business there. He knew, they came up with that number because they really felt like it was a number that some people was going to pay and some people wasn't. This is just my opinion. Maybe he did do it to try to, bring back jobs here in America, but I got to give you some facts on the empires, and I want to know what y'all think about it. So check this out. From historian John Glove, he said it's six stages of the empires that he studied and researches. And the final stage, he said, is the decadent stage, right? And that's when people they have wealth, and they've been having wealth for so long that they're saying that it's a spiritual disease because you want to do people, you want to take advantage of people. So in this book that John Glubb wrote, he wrote that the age of decadence is like the last stage. And this is what happens. He says it's an internal division, it's an influx of foreigners, materialism and frivolity, a welfare state, and weakening religion. So if we look at everything that's happening to us today, you can see that all of those is true, right? But this is the most important one that he said in the book. He put that uh the cacophony is when it's not an end to the argument. It's like they keep bringing up these points. I'm gonna give y'all an example. If we see in the right and the left, it's always something, but it's never a solve of the problem. It's like we're going through the same issues that the other empires that tried to take over the world are doing. So it was just weird to me reading this and knowing that uh, this is the last stages of what, historians and people that research empires, and they feel that strikes, demonstrations, and boycotts is that's when you see it happening. So, and we know that it's been some boycotts this year, some strikes and demonstrations, but most importantly, they just wrote a bill out after, I don't even want to say his name because YouTube been pulling people channel, but after the politician who got assassinated, there was some bills that was passed that said that if you boycott a certain nation, you would lose your government contracts. So they specifically put in there that if you got a government contract in the United States, you can't boycott a certain country. And it just shows, and I want y'all to look into those 6 stages of what the historian John Glubb said, because you'll be like, man, all of this stuff is happening right now. And I think all of the empires that they keep doing the same thing. It's like people still say the same. So it's like it's easy to keep doing the same thing. But I think now we should be able to point out all of this. It's grifter behavior. But check this out. This is the funeral highlights, right? Of what's going on now. I don't know if they're gonna play that part, but it was a part to where they actually played
Seventh president of the United.
They actually played an AI of Kurt, and he was talking, and kind of like they tried to bring him to life again. But I'm gonna play a little of this and get my commentary. I want to know what y'all think. Without further ado, let's get it.
United States, Donald J. Trump.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again. Just
I want to get the way he talks.
Here's how I accessed $30,000 from my home to pay off debt without refinancing or.
No, man.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Lee. You've been there from the beginning with us, Lee. We appreciate it. Nobody can sing that song like Lee Greenwood. Thank you very much, Lee, very much for being here. And his voice has not changed, Pretty amazing. And a special thank you to Erica, because today, America is a nation in grief, a nation in shock, and a nation in mourning. Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father.
You know what? I used to think Trump, was real boss type. Trump he disappointed me. To see how he been with all of this, I didn't expect. I thought Trump stood on, he was a boss, kind of like. I didn't feel like he was a puppet. But now, seeing how I feel now, I do feel like Trump's a puppet. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I think them people got something on them Epstein files on him, and that's why they get him to be in line, because it's something.
Their son, Christian and patriot, Charles James Kirk, was heinously murdered by a radicalized, cold-blooded monster for speaking the truth that was in his heart. He was violently killed because he spoke for freedom and justice, for God and country, for reason and for common sense. He was assassinated because he lived bravely, he led boldly, and he argued brilliantly without apology. He did what was right for our nation. And so on that terrible day, September 10th, 2025, our greatest.
Now, it's been a lot of stuff about who did it. And Trump ain't say nothing about this, and he ain't disregard, but Trump has been real. You got your Tucker Carlson, you got your Nick Fuente, all of these other the people that stick with Trump, it's just like they seem like they turning on Trump. We looking at the falling of an empire.
Evangelist for American liberty became immortal. He's a martyr now for American freedom. I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk, and neither now will history. Because while Charlie has been reunited with his creator in heaven, his voice on earth will echo through the generations, and his name will live forever in the eternal chronicle of America's greatest patriots. He will live forever. To Charlie's incredible and beautiful widow, Erica, we know the weight of this monumental loss is almost unbearable. But even in the midst of heartache and pain too great to even fathom, you have somehow found the strength and deep faith to be a comfort to me.
Now, Trump sent the post just like them people did at the same time. So it's been people really getting into heated conversation on this. And you're like, why? It don't even make sense. Why are people getting so mad at, for talking on Kirk? And then you see white people too that's getting mad at him, and it's just like you don't really understand it. So
millions and millions of people. And thank you very much, Erica. Thank you very much. Today, an entire nation wraps its loving arms around you and beautiful children. We share in your immense and overwhelming sorrow, and we vow that we will do everything we can to ensure that your children grow up in a land where their father is honored and revered as a great American hero. That's what he is.
So you see Trump getting his kudos on over there. Trump been losing a lot of people. They don't trust Trump. The people don't trust Trump right now because you could just tell, what the people talking about. And they talking about their foreign money. They don't want any foreign money leaving out the country. And Trump ain't staying on business when it came to that. Now, I want to bring up this because I'm telling y'all this show, I'm talking about the fall of the empire, right? Now, what's crazy is when we bring up the year that the empire started here, they're saying it was in like the 1800s. And they saying that was in the age of the pioneer stage. So for America, that's like the first year, right? But the age of affluence is what they saying. When I put that in Google, right? Check this out. I put the age of affluence in Google to see like when was that, or AI. I put the age of affluence. I'm gonna show y'all here. And it said it was the 1950s. Not influence, affluence, right? So age of affluence for America, right? And age of affluence really means where you got the money. You got the money to make the influence. But check this out. This is what Google say. They say the age of influence generally refers to a post-war. Look, it says it refers to a post-World War period, particularly the 1950s through the 1970s in the United States and Western Europe. Characterized by high consumer spending, increased living standards, and economic prosperity. This era saw rapid growth in consumer goods, rising average family incomes, and flourishing middle class, fueled by a post-war economic boom and the application of technology innovations in civil production. So check it. That's when they say that was our affluence. Okay. The age of affluence. That's the third before the step before the empire fall. Then it was the age of intellect. So the age of intellect, if we click that, right, it's gonna bring us to this. And this Google don't want to tell you everything about this because they know I don't know, it just seems like John Glubb, who wrote this in the book, we know he wrote this, but it, AI and Google should have it coming up, but they don't. So just to say that was in the 50s and 60s, that's showing that right now it's just proving that we in the age of decadence. But I want to go over this Cardi B. Y'all seen, everybody been talking about Cardi B and rap music. And we know for rap music, right, it's like doing the worst it's ever been. I don't think rap has been worse as far music, probably in general. But here, as far as the people, right, they put Cardi B on the show, and for her to talk about how she living, knowing she not, living right. But check out Pink Book Lessons. I'm gonna go what this is what the women are saying about how Cardi B representing us.
And stop this video so many times because I just don't know if I want to take that natural aggression, passionate way, because I know that that's what this topic needs, or if I just want to talk to the ladies so they can actually hear me out and not feel as though I'm attacking them. But I'm gonna tell you this: what we not about to do is sit up here and act like Cardi B being pregnant with her fourth child by a whole nother man is something we're about to celebrate, because we're not. We're not about to celebrate messiness just because it's dressed up in designer. We're not doing that. Oh, well, I don't see what the problem is. She rich. She got the money. If I had the money, I have a bunch of kids and it's her choice, her body, her womb. Why y'all in her bit? Man, be quiet, because y'all will literally get on this internet and crucify Clarissa Shields for simply dating Papoose, for dating a married man, just dating him, ain't brought a kid into the situation, ain't brought no ties into the situation. She just dating a man, and y'all crucify her every day because.
Yeah, I gotta look. They did do that to her. It and she, I didn't feel like nothing was wrong with what she did. But
You messing with a married man, but it's okay for a married woman to be carrying another man's child. That lady got 3 kids. 3. One of them is 1 year old. She just turned 1 year old at the top of September, and you are already halfway into a second pregnancy with an opposite man, and she's still married. And y'all mean to tell me that that's something that we're going to praise, and we're also going to say it's her business, and so is Clarissa Shield. That's her business too. That's her womb too. If she want to lay down and mess with a married man, that's her womb too. But y'all don't cut her no slack.
Shout out to the sister Chevy Caprice coming with nothing but the truth. The thing about the Clarissa Shields Papoose hypocrisy for me is all these women, they had absolutely nothing to say about Remy Ma when she was literally sleeping with the help. Yeah, when she was creeping around her husband with the block captain guy from Philly, way before Papoose started entertaining Clarissa. Remy was spending holidays with the guy. She was all under the Christmas tree, hugged up, and not once did any of these feminist misandrists utter a word about why she would do that to her husband, who was seen as the guy who was being solid with Remy after holding her down for years. None of those women had nothing to say. But whenever Papoose moved on, now everybody got smoke for Clarissa. Again, we're talking about the same people who ignored Remy rumbling around with the battle rap guy for years, who hid that relationship at first from her husband. And when he found out, he was so mad, he ended up physically knocking the guy out. They had nothing to say about none of that. They still supported Remy low-key, just like they're supporting Cardi B's foolishness and getting mad at everybody that's against it, calling it out.
It truly bothers me when I just sit up and watch the dysfunction in the girls' culture and watch the hypocrisy. Y'all pick and choose who back y'all want to have. Y'all pick and choose what y'all want to side with. And then, God, y'all kill me when y'all say, who are you to judge? You can't judge. And man, let me tell you something about that word that y'all use when y'all want to say somebody's being judgmental or who are you to judge. We all love to be judged when it's convenient for us. How I look today. I want y'all to judge me. Judge my look. Yeah, girl, you bomb. You look nice, girl. Period. Body T, eats, love the hat, love the glasses. Oh my God, lip combo. Love it. Okay, thank you. So I'm able to take that judgment. But when somebody is judging you based off your character flaw or judging you based off things that you know that you need to correct, it's a problem. We all judge people, whether we're giving judgment or receiving judgment. But the only time y'all got a problem with somebody judging you is when you know in the back of your mind what you doing ain't the right thing to do and you don't want to hear correction. It's not that people are being judgmental. It's that you're not ready for correction. So you want to hide behind that. Who are you to judge? Who are any of us to judge? But we do it on a day-to-day basis. But y'all love to hide behind it only when you are not ready for correction.
Boom. 100% facts. And the flamingos that are always running around screaming, don't judge, they're the main ones judging. The only difference is they don't like when someone else's judgment doesn't line up with theirs. That's it.
Then she said, I haven't even told my parents that I'm pregnant yet. She said, really? Why not? Because I'm scared of my mom and my dad.
Now, shout out to Take in the chat. He put that right before the empire collapses, they give too much power over to the women. They did say something about that in there too, and it's always a divide and conquer gonna be there, but definitely they say that the age of intellect. I'm gonna get into that after that, but definitely the woman, once you start seeing the woman, they putting woman in power, that is a sign that they want them to take the blame and they want them to take the heat.
I'm scared of my parents. It's not that you're scared of your parents, Cardi. It's that you know that your parents know you deep down inside. They know the real you. And they also know your character. They know your personality. They know the core of you. They know just as well as you know that that baby that you are carrying is not made out of love. That baby is made out of spite and get back. That's why you literally decided to drop such, if kids are blessings, why are we dropping such a huge bomb out in the world for our loved ones to attach to it later on? It's almost like you dropped the bomb and now you hiding to see like, okay, I dropped the bomb, now what? Like, you don't even want the backlash to what you know it to be, which is a mess. And then Stefan Diggs, baby, I don't know, because I don't really know no real player dude that's going behind another man and messing with another man's wife and making her his baby mama while she's not even like divorced. So you don't really escape out of that either. You look just as whack as Cardi B. And this is not me judging. This is
no, he looks lame. He looks even more lame. You know, the fact that you'll do that and then want to be like, it's just weird to me. She don't even have that kind of reputation out here. For you to want to go through all that, it says
just straight facts.
Oh yeah, Stefan Diggs is the ultimate slime ball for more reasons than one. We're going to get into his mess too, but he was allegedly sleeping with Cardi when she was pregnant with Offset's last baby, and she supposedly tried to make Offset jealous, so she sent some sort of video proof or photographic proof of it, and you got females co-signing this. Yeah, she's an absolute smut. A bodega thought bucket who's going backwards in life. You're supposed to elevate, grow. And this mess that she did is equivalent to an undeveloped high school girl making dumb decisions.
Money don't got nothing to do with raising a kid. Yeah, it can get you some good daycare. It can get you some better Medicare. It can get you a bigger house. It can buy you some food. It could put a roof over your head. Yeah, sure. Having money is a part of being a parent, but having money does not create a family structure. Having money does not erase kids in their emotional state of mind. Having money does not create self-respect. Having money does not you are bringing kids into a different type of situation that they now have to grow up in. They have to grow up in chaos because you're creating chaos. And I swear to God, I know women so well that you're not having this baby out of love. You ain't been with that man long enough. You aren't having this baby out of spite to try to make your husband feel some kind of way. This is what women do all the time. Y'all do this all the time to prove that I still got it, to prove that you see a man still want me. Man, grow up. Why are y'all using y'all wounds as get back?
Why waste another summer not loving your body?
With Base 44, we turn that question into a success.
Because they're low value, and that's really all they believe they have. Crazy too, because this revenge baby plot, it's not going over how she thought it would. See, she wanted to show that another man was interested in her, but I don't care about this NFL CTE contract. He's low value too. He's got like 4 fresh babies, some of them born already, some on the way. Then he already had at least another child before all these recent pregnancies. And then on top of that, he's trying to make other men his bottom. Got the LGBT men coming out exposing him. Yeah. On top of all of this, the man is gay. And quiet as it's kept, that's why he's running around trying to have all these babies by 50 women to cover it up. I'm sorry, men running around like that, so eager to put babies on women. They have 2, 3, 4 baby mamas. You have to watch out for them. They're using babies and women to cover up something. They obviously think that by attaching themselves to women and children, they'll throw everybody off. But in this case, it's coming back to hunt Stefan.
4 kids? Money ain't got nothing to do with it, man. That's 4 personalities. That's 4 mental spaces that you got to find yourself to be in when they all each need something. That's just too much. And money is not going to erase all of that. And so I don't want other young girls who are just watching this to think that that's a boss move. Ain't nothing boss about what Cardi doing. Ain't nothing cute about what Cardi doing. I don't care how much money she got, how much designer she put on, how cute she is, how much y'all admire her. She looks ridiculous. And this is complete embarrassment.
And think about all that work she had to do to convince herself and everybody else. It's really sad, especially considering how she's been trying to go after Bia and Ice Spice, talking about their looks. These are the girls who didn't have the same work that she had to her body and her face. It's her pretender defenders who really got her gassed up, thinking that she can comfort people in their natural state, like she wasn't rotten from her mouth down to her BBL. That's crazy. They give them makeup and plastic surgery, and they literally lose their minds.
Oh, real.
But because she got money, that's the first thing y'all lean towards. Well, she got money, so it's cool. It's not cool. I just wish more people cared about the type of situations that they are bringing their children into. Kids do not care about how rich their moms are, especially when their lives are being built off instability, quick decisions, and emotional confusion. I'm not saying that you got to be perfect, man, but y'all got to understand being a mom is more than a cute photo shoot, a maternity shoot.
Exactly. They use babies now how they used to use weddings. And some still do. But yeah, they want attention. They're just not ready for that lifelong work that comes along with it. The baby is used as a photo op, an accessory. They're used to feel loneliness and depression. Yeah, they use these kids as pawns, leverage, and even some like Cardi B as revenge, which is also sick but on a whole nother level. Yeah, they use these children to feel accomplished in life because they failed everywhere else. And quiet as it's kept, they end up failing at motherhood too, running around having babies with anybody, signing up to be baby mama number 2, 3, 4, being a part of these broken homes, and being a primary contributor themselves. Listen, when these kids grow up, they're going to express the trauma they put them through. So the jury is going to be out on that for another 2 decades.
Yeah.
And being a woman is more than you just being loud and rebellious to certain things to prove that you're grown and can do what you want to do. Because at some point, we got to start holding women accountable. If this was a man moving like this, y'all would have everything in the world to say. But because it's Cardi B, and because she got money, and because her messiness is dressed up in designer, y'all want everybody to just sit back, shut up, and applaud the situation. Baby, we not never about to do that. This looks a mess 100%, and we need more women like myself and other women to start speaking against this tacky behavior, because y'all trying to make tacky the new norm, and I'm not going. We not going. We not making this the new norm. That lady looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know, she's a rapper. It's like, bro, I'm glad women like this is stepping up, because we do got solid women in the culture that's they ain't going for this craziness. You know, we got it's more and more YouTube channels too popping up with these women. I think speaking how she's speaking right now, you a woman trying to get on YouTube and you trying to run it up right now. Accountability with women, I feel like you going up. Is women gonna rock with you and men gonna rock with you, in my opinion. I feel like that's a good way.
Do you know how long these devil rebellious 304s been mad at me over what I've been teaching for years now? They don't want to hear it. Nah, Eve's daughters cannot be saved. Jezebel's daughters can't be saved either, especially if they're over 30. Once they're over 30, they're set in their ways. You can't mold stale bread. I've been telling y'all that for years too. It's not much that's going to rock them. Yeah, it'll take something catastrophic to change their course. And even then, you still have to do an assessment on the situation to determine if there's still traces of toxicity. Let me tell you what everybody's after. It's the young souls. That's what everybody's fighting over. Yeah, the devil's objective is to capture the young souls. And these surrogates like Cardi B and everybody else, they're being marched out into the world to lure those young girls in.
Exactly, bro. This is the problem. They're luring our people in to these, and then we're gonna see them talking like her, acting like her, and they want to push that. We know that they want to push the degeneracy in our community and push that to market it, because they're
being used. Do you know how much money that record label Atlantic invested in her only to destroy the souls of a whole generation of girls and women? It's a spiritual war, and the older women can stop blaming the young girls like it's all the young girls following this mess. You have 30-year-old women caping for her. You have 40-year-old women caping for her. You even have women that's 50 years old and women in their 60s going along with this foolishness. Where do you think the young 304s learned all this mutt behavior from? But I digress. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me.
So, y'all see this girl, man. She's done. I mean, her reputation is losing. Hip hop already losing, but they still want to put these now. For her being on CBS, getting interviewed, it lets you know CBS is down with it. They know that they got to push her. They got ties in with the label, just like the label got ties in with the prison system, and we seen the drill rap. They doing the same thing with the women, but they doing it in with their morals. And the sad thing about it is majority of the time, once your mind gets polluted and corrupted, it's like it's over with. That's what like Pink Book Lesson said. Once you get over 30, it's like you don't watch so much pollution done came in. It's like how you get all of that stuff out of your head. And that's why I think Cardi right now, she's done. It's like she ain't gonna never mature and grow up, because they got it in the system. She's supposed to be marketing this, but yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all today, man. The empire is falling. I'm gonna do part 2 of this. My boy Trev got tied up, man. Me and him was supposed to drop, but we're gonna do part 2 of this. We're gonna discuss some what the historians is saying, the signs, because really we want to be prepared, because when this thing fall, we want to be right there to, you know, put it back in the right form and put the people in position, in my opinion. But I'm gonna be going over some dates some more time, so I'm gonna be definitely dropping with Trev, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, everybody who's been supporting the boy locked in. We're gonna keep everything in motion. So I catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace and love. Stay safe out there.